Hello and welcome back to Starfield 2026. We are doing the Ruyjin quest line, and we are up to the background checks step. We have just recovered a bunch of information that somebody's trying to sell our Project Dominion, our project. Ooh. Super top secret stuff. Apparently we have a high level mole we need to talk to our security people about that. Let's get a picture of this guy. He's pretty serious.
Good, you're here. So, thanks to your work in Cydonia, I'm told someone here has leaked information on Project Dominion to our adversaries at Infinity Ltd. A mole within the company means a failing in my department. We're initiating Security Directive Theta, which means a full sweep of every employee in this building, Masako and myself included. Directive Theta allows for a third party to conduct the sweep. This way, the results can be objective. We certainly are. Directive Theta has one unique case, and that's Ularu Chen. The directive calls for a specialized programmer known as Nix to investigate her, but he'll need your assistance for an unusual assignment. Ularu has the ability to thwart any investigation, so it's imperative she knows nothing about this directive. Her knowledge and talents are why she's the chief of operations, so she is the best equipped to evade detection. We don't deal in trust here. Think more in terms of mutual benefit and leverage, and in this case, it's mutual benefit. Nix will be giving you a program to run on Ularu's computer that will pull any data needed to prove her guilty or innocent. Your job is to infiltrate Ruyjin Tower as an anonymous outsider in order to run this program. Completely off the books. This means your keycard will be turned off, and the security guards in the building will consider you to be trespassing. We employ over 100 members of our security team who rotate floors and shifts. It's possible you'll be recognized, but even so, my orders will be strict. Authorized security personnel only. And you certainly won't qualify, making you an immediate suspect.
Okay.
If you get caught, the guards will follow standard procedure and lock you up in a cell for questioning. Provided you don't provoke them. And I strongly advise against provoking them. These are your fellow employees. We want this to go as smoothly as possible.
So don't be seen. Got it.
Directive Theta requires utmost secrecy for success. We don't know what connections the mole may have, so we can't risk informing our security team. If that's a joke, it isn't funny. We're trusting you to get this job done as discreetly as possible. In the meantime,
sorry.
we'll ensure all non-essential employees, Ularu included, have left the building, claiming routine security maintenance. During that time, I'll be unlocking access to the tower's ventilation system, which you can utilize to help avoid detection. I'm also issuing you a disruptor, which should help in avoiding casualties should a worst-case scenario turn up.
Need to make sure we use the disruptor that he issues us, just in case there's a check there. Just in case.
Ularu doesn't know about Directive Theta, but she'll fully expect a building closure while we investigate. As far as she knows, it's standard procedure. One that she no doubt has already made accommodations for. This is why we're bringing in a third party. She won't be expecting to go up against Neon's best. And it's also why secrecy is of utmost importance. Not even our own security detail can know, in case the information leaks.
I'll be careful.
Good. No one can know about this, not even our own guards. So stealth will be of utmost importance. You'll meet Nix at Madame Sauvage's place. He knows Directive Theta has been enacted.
Okay. And while we're there, I can pick up some velocity.
I hate waiting. It's just more time to doubt myself.
Grab as much velocity as possible, as it is much better for persuasion than one. Might as well trot.
Keep it moving.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bad part of town, buddy. I'm gonna do you a favor. Head back to Bayou Plaza before the disciples get you. Hey, it's your ass, not mine on the line. Whole area's gone to hell. Us crate rats used to think the Ebbside strikers were awful, with all the muggings and shakedowns, but now that they're on the ropes, kinda wish they weren't just holed up in Madame Sauvage's. Streets are getting bad. Real bad. Well, you'll find them at Madame Sauvage's. They're always holding auditions, as they call it. Looking for new blood. So, for being so helpful, chance for a donation. Come on, might be saving my life. What with the disciples and all. Have a heart.
Yeah, why not?
Hey, thanks. Look, I mean it. Go back to the plaza. Ain't nothing but shit and misery over here.
We're not actually going to do that. I don't think I've ever done that. Just getting involved in a gang war in Neon doesn't really sound like what I'm into. Okay, there he is. Part 1.
What can I get you today? All you have to do is ask.
Symbol. Velocity. I'm going to buy out all of her velocity. It is expensive, but it is worth it. 15% persuasion chance. It's only 3 minutes. But there it is.
Stay at this bar and drink velocity all day. Don't you have a job?
That's right.
And now we're going to down one of these and talk to this guy.
Kids are upstairs. We better be on our best behavior.
It's messed up when a guy like me is better off than those people carving chasm or working a desk job. You got an appointment? 'Cause if not, consider this area reserved. Oh yeah, Dalton's little errand runner. I've written up a program just for the occasion, but as Ruyjin knows, it's yours for either a price or a favor.
Let's negotiate.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's not. Not buying it. You know how many times I've heard that line? Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, so it looks like we're just inching our way up with the greens.
Maybe we can work something out. Yeah, I hope so. Maybe we can work
There we
something
go.
out. All right, you win. No wonder Ruyjin hired you.
But let's hear what the favor is.
While you're snooping around in the tower, I just need you to hit up one more workstation on the way. It's Camden Cho's. Just run the same program on the slate I'll give you, and you're good. It's that simple.
Okay.
That's between me and another client. But you can bet if someone wants something in old Camden, it's not because they like him. Let's just say, it's nothing beyond something that Ruyjin would do to anyone else.
You know what? Go ahead and do it. I don't want to spend the 1,000.
I hoped you'd see it that way. Like I said with Camden, all you've got to do is run this little beauty on Alaru Chen's computer, and the program will take care of the rest. Once you're done, bring the slate back to me at my place. Whatever encryption Alaru has is bound to take some real work, more than my little setup here can handle.
Good.
It's nice to see you know more than just sneaking around and talking a good game. Here's the slate. I'll be waiting.
Find a way into Ruyjin Tower. Okay. I suppose I've got any powers that'll help with this. Let's see, what have we got here? Toggle power names. Recognition might come in handy. Ooh, void form is nice too. I think I'm going to put void form on button number 2 here. I don't use the gun much. Let's put personal atmosphere. Let's put it personal atmosphere back on 2. Void form on 3. There we go. So what this does is it allows us to be super stealthy briefly. Mostly we're going to use power number 1 to see where everybody is. But if I see something that's kind of hard to get through, I could always void form, step on. I'll treat it as a make my stealth better button rather than a this is invisibility button. So that's Ruyjin Tower. This is going to swing something into place so we can step across there. No idea if we're going to need that stuff, but why not? Ventilation systems. Now, I know that typically it's better to take off your spacesuit. That makes you more stealthy. But the suit I'm wearing is billed as being a stealth suit, so I'm going to leave it on. Let's find out where everybody is. Okay. Oh, I forgot to... So he issued me a weapon. That looks like just a normal Nova Blast disruptor. I'm going to use my modified one. So if I have to shoot anybody, I'm going to use this thing. So at least I won't be killing anyone. Okay, we're stealthy. Well, I know what else I can do. I have recon stem. Get these from the Trade Authority. I've been buying Paramore and recon stem. Hippolyta also is persuasion chance. I need to buy Hippolyta when I see it. Recon stem reduces our movement noise. Turn off the lights, makes it easier for us to be stealthy. I am not sure this is the right way to go, but if we go around behind him, we don't need to shoot him. Super duper hidden. Ooh, little teeny robots. If I could send one of the robots out, it would distract them. So we're headed that way. Yeah, see, he was coming this way and he's now turned around. And yes, I've done this more than a few times, so I do have prior knowledge. It's not always that obvious what to do to get through these, so if it seems like I'm making it, you know, like it's easy, yeah. We're headed for those two. As much as possible, we really would rather get back up into the vent systems so we don't have to work out how to get by guards. Some of these floors, if you don't, for instance, if you don't know to use the robot, or if you don't get back up into the vent systems, there's really no way through, and I think you can talk your way out of it once with the guards. So they find you the first time you can talk your way out of it. After that, yeah, it's done. Made the mistake of going down there once. Yeah, that's guaranteed getting caught. And the arrows don't help. And we do have void form available. So we're headed for that office. He goes back and forth. I'm going to try using void form. I'd usually wait for him and stun him. Oh, I don't like what that did to my hidden bar. I'm going to do what I normally do, which is kind of wait out of the way. And when the guard gets close and faces away from me, I can stun him. With any luck, that's the only guard we'll have to stun. And he'll stay stunned for a good long time. He will also be a red mark on our compass. Inside, inside, outside, outside. Closing the door behind me reduces the chance of a guard wandering up and seeing through. Yeah, I gotta backstab my little chum here. I don't know who Nix's other client is, but it can't be good for him. I don't know if I can get back up there. Typically, I just go out this way. He's facing the other way, I think. Has to be facing the other way. I'm still hidden. Okay, so... I wonder what happens if we crawl back up in the vents through Camden's office. I'll have to try that someday. We are headed for Ulara's office, which is all the way at the top. That's going to be an interesting event to get to. Oh, boy. Oh, well, let's see here. There's a vent we can crawl into. Still hidden. Unlocking in the dark. Both. Outside. Both. Both. So we need 3 more, so it's not going to be you. That's one way to do it, maybe. Perfect. And power down the floor lights on this floor. So the blue dot isn't Ulara's office, it's the next place I need to be. We're coming up the middle of a floor here. Headed up there. Oop, that's a robot. Okay, robot's headed away. Good. We've got a clear shot. I wasn't hidden there. Let's see. Can I jump up here? So, not just stealth, I think I'm getting a substantial amount of luck on this. Yes, we need to cross all the way over to there. Let's see, is my recon stim is good for another 90 seconds. Good enough. We're hidden. We're stealthy. Haven't felt the need to use void form quite yet. I'm not sure how long it lasts. I hate for it to run out at exactly the wrong time. At the one time I tried it, it suddenly brought me out of stealth, so... yeah. Okay, we're at the executive level. Doing good so far. We are getting lucky. Somebody could have walked away in over there. I think this guy needs to be stunned. But when he's facing away from us, not toward us. Doing this without that Starborn power, you end up with a lot of reloads because I could step out there and think to stun him, but he'd already be, setting off the alarms. As it is, I can now wait, and when he turns around, we'll go boom. We did need to stun the guy below us. Yay. Oh, so tempting. I would need to find some place to sell it and buy it back. Oh, I think I'm not going to do anything to tip anybody off that I was here. Equip the Arboron Nova Blast Disruptor. Okay, there was a quest marker to do that. There we go. So there is a quest flag for using the proper disruptor. And I'm guessing that if you don't do that, you get grumbled at and maybe get less of a reward. We're not home free until we're all the way out. First time I did this, it was several hours and a lot of reloads because I didn't have any Starborn powers. I think my stealth was like level 2 or something. Okay, and all this stuff out here is free to pick up. This is rewards. Mag shot. Nice. 2x tech. Cool. And that's the only real way to get to this place, unless you have an infinite jetpack. Now, if we were crazy, we could just jump down there. I'm not going to. I'm gonna take the safe way down. And we need to head back to Nyx. So glad they put this plate here. I could just see people getting this far and falling through and reloading into a save before they'd done any of the sneaky. Okay, back down to Nix's apartment. I don't think that saves us any time.
Stay out of trouble or we'll have a problem.
See, there's not enough clues in the text to get there without using the scanner to point the way. So that's the problem with having stuff like this built into the game, is once you got it built into the game, they start constructing quests that you can't really do without it. It's too bad. Much nicer, I think, when there's enough text in the granting of the quest for clues to go without using markers on maps and HUDs and so on. Just me.
I'll
Old
never
school.
leave Neon. For someone in my business, there's no better place. So, you made it. Guess Ruyjin's security really is slipping.
Nah, I'm just that good.
Just brimming with confidence, aren't you? But I've seen your work in the trade tower, so I'll at least give you some credit. Now, I'll take that program back that I gave you, and let's give the data a look.
So he takes a while to do his stuff, during which time we carefully do not loot his home.
The program I gave you to run on Ularu's computer basically opens an all-access backdoor for me. I can see everything and anything, so let's take a look. First, I'll just save off Mr. Cho's info. My client will very much appreciate that. Now on to Ms. Chen. Ularu has some impressive encryption on her files. Not that I can't crack it, of course. Circumventing protections.
I'm not
running
actually loyal to Ruyjin in any way, shape, or form, by the way. Which is why I didn't worry about turning over
That was
Cho.
faster than I thought. I'm saving several files to a slate for Dalton, including access history and anything related to Project Dominion. Adding in new encryption for him as well, so he's the only one that can view these. And done. You're all set.
Okay.
I've got the new encrypted slate. Let me tell you, it looks like fun times ahead for Ruyjin. Technically, I'm not supposed to look, but it's kind of hard to not see what's going on while running all my software. Since you came through on your end, let's just say that slate isn't going to paint the best picture for Ms. Imogene Salzo.
Imogene.
Bear in mind, you're dealing with some pretty talented people when it comes to falsifying information.
Yeah, I think Ularu is setting her up. Doesn't sound like something Imogene would do.
Don't be too sure about that. Imogene was practically raised in the corporate underworld. I'd almost guarantee there's intent behind everything she does. Here's the slate. As usual, always a pleasure doing business with Ruyjin.
Now, Dalton made it clear that Ularu could set things up. Let's get a picture of him, by the way. Okay. Dalton hinted that Ularu might be able to set up some countermeasures. Still the same quest, right? Yep, background checks. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that turning it into him didn't roll the quest to the next one. So we need to get back to the tower. Front door this time, because the whole investigation thing is over.
That side's a bad place.
See, the Trade Authority, this is where I could have sold that stolen weapon. But then Ularu would know something is up because her weapon would be gone from its mount point. I think I can grab it later, maybe? Maybe? I don't know, I'll see about that. If it's still there later on and I've got a chance to grab it, I may. You know, if I can, leave it to the end, the whole quest line is done. Let's get this stuff back to Dalton.
You have the files.
I have the
I
files.
assume you were successful. I didn't get any incident reports last night, so I applaud your work.
Yeah, I had to stun a couple of guys, but it wasn't a problem.
I expected as much. Now, let's see what we have here.
Anyway, wait for Dalton.
I didn't think it was possible. Someone's been accessing Laru's files remotely. It's quite a complicated trace, too. I'm impressed Nix was able to track all of this. Damn. And there's our culprit. Imogen Salzo, Senior Operations Specialist, and one of the few I had in mind for who could pull this off.
Maybe we end up with Imogen's job.
Well, the motive could be anything. Credits, grudges, even boredom. Either that, or she's highly displeased with someone at the company. Well, before we make any harsh decisions, I'll need to question her myself. I want you to head to her office and escort her here. You have to make sure she doesn't try anything before I have a chance to speak with her. Good. When you're dealing with corporate workers, discerning the truth from the lies is the hardest part.
And that's the end of background checks. And now it's Guilty Parties is up, and I'm going to cut the recording here, and I will be back with Guilty Parties.